Dan Cox, and did you have an item on the agenda that you're speaking?
Yeah, the planning commission.
Okay.
My name's Dan Cox. I'm in District 1, and I've been speaking at these meetings since the whole county powers thing came up. And there have been numerous insinuations and accusations that somehow I've been spreading false information. So I wanted to follow up with something that I mentioned last week. I said last week that when new houses are built and new residents move into a previously unoccupied home, for every $1,000 of new tax revenue they bring in, they cost the county money. And I said $1,250 for every $1,000. Well, this piece of paper that I gave you all shows what the actual average is, and it's still behind. $1.16 for every new house that a new person from outside the county moves into. That's how much it costs in services for the county. Now, I bring that up because as I've been listening to everything that's been going on with the county powers and the water authority and the planning commission, okay, I mentioned from the very beginning that real estate development is not economic development. Now, nobody's challenged me on that. Nobody's had anything to say about it. I've said it over and over and over again, and I've brought little pieces of information and little pieces of information, and it doesn't seem to be cracking through. So, the county powers is all about figuring out a way to turn the county into an HOA, turn the bureaucrats into people that can walk on your property and just write tickets whenever they want. The water authority, if you go and you look at the water authority that Dixon County has, that they've had since I believe it's 1995, they are now staying in the red every single year and adding debt because they can't keep up. The counties that I came from, all of them have in excess of $200 million in debt. Now, to us that sounds bad, but that is the whole point. These county governments, and this is the point of the county powers, this is the point of the water authority, and this is also the point of reducing the members on the planning commission, is to bring it so that the county can push this kind of stuff and get itself into a debt servicing organization. It's all meant to grow government and put us in a perpetual state of having to keep up because there's always an emergency. You know, we got to do this and we got to do that. And put it so that Humphreys County ends up being one of these debt-growing government entities. That's the biggest business in the United States today, is growing debt, growing government. Now, as far as the Planning Commission is concerned, people have brought up a few things up here about the Planning Commission. I do think it's a bad idea to reduce the number because the main point of doing that is to be able to ramrod things through. It's not to make it more efficient. And there's already, and Mr. Rochelle can attest to this, there's already plenty of stuff coming through there that needs a little bit more debate and view. And there's also plenty of stuff within the subdivision law that the Planning Commission uses that allows them to do plenty of enforcement to handle situations that come up, because I don't know if y'all have noticed, but it seems that there's a number of subdivisions that the Planning Commission has in the past approved that now have lots on them that don't have well or septic, and they're less than 5 acres, and they're coming up for sale. And now how that division happened, I don't know, but somebody has committed fraud there. One of the developers has committed fraud there because the law says that it's got to have water and sewer on it in that subdivision. And it can't just be written on the plat. It's got to be actually installed according to the law. That's what the law says. And so I think if we get down to it and we get some education on the laws that are already in place and the things that we can do, there is no reason for us to get into this county powers, get into this water authority, or get into messing around with the planning commission, except maybe getting some actual legal legal advice on what that law specifically says. Thanks.